Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising, y'all. How y'all doing out there? I was sitting up here, believe it or not. You know, each of us, all of us, we love what we do. Love coming on, and I do, you know me. And I love to bring my best foot forward when I had that ability, capabilities and stuff, the means and stuff like that. I was sitting up here, what y'all think? The black hat, and I'm up here at Ford, over at Ford House. Ford say, come over at the house and get some electricity and stuff. So I was like, I I I can come by. I ain't got no choice, you know what I'm talking about? We don't do the gas no more. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, what y'all think? Go with that one through it or go do that? Uh-oh. All right, well, okay. We want to, cause we in Ford House. We in Ford House. But I just want trying to get it right. Ooh. Cause yeah. Okay, we'll stick like this. But that vibe, y'all know what I'm talking about. Now that we got over that escapade. Glasses, no. I need to take glasses off because it's flaring on me. I'm gonna leave them on. I ain't in my X vibe. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm more in my MLK, Gandhi, you know, Dalai Lama type vibe. Really wasn't gonna come to the scene, but come to the scene. You know what I'm saying? Because the scene is the scene. Life is living, worth it, right? Absorb it like we do. Something to catch it. If you got it, you know, you hope you got some refreshments, you know, whatever helps you ease into the. If you see, let's do a little commercial. Yeah, it's for Ford. I'm part of the family now. You know, pay it, you know. Worth it though. What you paying for? I'm gonna do it. I'm like Brian. I'm like Mr. Maxwell. You know what I'm saying? Maxwell be doing it. Him and my partners on there. They be having their own little commercials. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you see. This is the theater room, y'all. This is where I hang out. And they got a little bit, you know, for the kids and things like that, something like that. Sit down, get your car stuff. Ford done stepped up big time. They ain't been like this, probably. But I like it. You know, I ain't had a Ford since when I came in the army, y'all. Blue Trail, this is a blue story right here. True story. Blue story. Blue Tempo, that's what I had. I had a Ford Blue Tempo. That was my first car. My first car that I bought, along with my first spouse. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about, y'all? Look at all that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all ain't gonna get y'all a little Ford. Gonna get your little electric car, y'all. Gonna get them perks up in there, perks and benefits and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get this. This is about $100,000, so I'm gonna get this in about. I just got the Mustang, so we'll wait about 5 years, and this right here about 80 grand. So in 5 years, it'll be about right, about 40, half. So that's when I swap that Mustang out. I already got it racked up. It might be earlier, y'all, or I might be able to get two. They might give me a discount. I just caught these hats and sent them hats for all that. I'm just showing y'all. You know, when you part of the family, that's my new house. Like Jim, you know, when y'all see me in Jim, over at Jim house, Jim let me be a part of his family. You can watch your get stuff. And not too many places you can watch your place getting service so nobody messing with your stuff. Like, hey, that ain't my tire. That tire go on that car. What you doing? You know, stuff like that. That ain't gonna happen in Ford though. You can come in here and get your stuff spot checked, stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, advertising for Ford.
There's more chips up there.
Excuse me, that's you need work right there. Advertising for Ford. Them beautiful ladies right there, let me get copies and stuff. I made copies. Them beautiful people up in here, y'all. Alright. Y'all good? So, yeah, how you doing? Just advertising for Ford. I'm gonna take y'all back over here though. To a little cubby hole. Big bathroom space. You got a little everything. Look. What's your name? So we just seen the parts cashier, cars, service advisor, cafe, and theater room. I'm in the theater room. I got got her when I came through. A beloved, one of my son's football partners. They play ball together. He work here, and by meeting him. I ain't gonna spot his name. I do like that because, you know, young man work up here. You're a good-looking young man, so I don't want them. If you want to see a good-looking young man that got a job and stuff, light skin, wear braces and stuff. He about 6'1". He was on the clean football team. He was a wide receiver, baddest cat, fast. I don't know why he in college. Well, I know why. But he just, good kid, good young man though, up in there working. Wanted to get that though, cause yeah, when I'm a part of something, I ensure whoever I'm a part of, whatever I'm a part of, it is due justice. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they doing good by me. So, and that's true. That's true. I didn't have that car for like going on 2 weeks now, and you know how you be like, look, y'all. What y'all want? I got the car. What? Let me in the car have a honeymoon story. Your first 2 weeks or 3 weeks, your first month, whatever you get from Ford, it ain't gonna be that easy. You're gonna turn your phone off because they want to make sure you all right. Everything all right. The car ain't broke down. Ain't you sure? What can we do? Can you bring the car in? Hey, what you talking about? Can we bring the car in for service? We feeling that you might not. You get the car in there, and they want you to bring it in for service so they can show you. Whenever you bring the car in for service, you just chill out, make yourself at home. Ooh, all right. Let's get into the content. All right. One of the beloveds from back in the day came about. Put her pretty little self. All y'all beautiful out there. Let's keep moving and no animosity, no shade. We're just gonna, violate. One of them out there say violate. Violate the lies. There you go. Truth. Beloved say, my J on that sweet Ninja Blake. You don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. We still get that. We still get a lot of that. And we understand the reason for getting it. It makes sense. You're getting that because in most, not in most, but in the 12 of the traits, understanding how would you proceed about and go about it. The traditional, the matrix way of doing things, what we call trend, what we call the expectation, what we all expect somebody to do when they put in that position or put in that candle, right? What happens when somebody doesn't do it? What happens when the motive apparatus of it is different? What happens when it's more in an environment of, well, not an environment, but in creating its own environment with the environment around it. So folks want to look at me and see what it is. So then I create the environment for us all in so many ways, not entertaining other people's, sometimes. So to say you don't know who you are is, to somebody like me, 56, did a lot, all right? Performed in an arena where even myself had been got tested daily in the military, right? And so therefore, at a high volume, I had to take on responsibilities outside myself. So when that is done, right, and you encompass that for a long period of time, where that people depend on you, people know that you got the answers. And if you ain't got the answers, you're gonna find the answers. And if you can't find the answers, we're gonna build ways to get to these answers and fulfill the mission and task, whatever it is to be, right? So we know who we are. We can then continue to base. Sorry for the, in the break room, but I know our little toddlers and stuff, that shouldn't interrupt nobody because we've all been parents and stuff like that. So that's music to your ears. It should be, because it is to me. I haven't heard that type of noise in so long, you know, as a father. So don't bother me. Hopefully it don't bother me. But, and then I got my headphones on. I had the pleasure earlier, about a year now, it's been probably 6 to 7 months, but a year of listening to Mud University, something like that, Mud University. One of our beautiful vanillas that was put in my path, professors to help the conscious understand about the being, all right? Your being is so more real than your consciousness of understanding your flesh, all right? Your being is more real than your flesh. Your being allows you to control and manipulate your flesh. Right? Understanding that concept more and more by listening to my valid older ones who show the things that we have left behind to identify us being beings and leaving flesh. We talk about oil and stuff like that, fossil fuels and stuff like that. Many of us understand bring along outside the illusion that the fossil fuel, oil, right? Oil is fossil fuel, but it's the blood, it's the energy that was before you. It's the energy that was before you in this that you were, all right? It's gonna go over a lot of people's head, not too many, it shouldn't be, but enough where it'll spark you so that you go do your own research. This thing we put in our car, and it's oil, and it's black, and it's gritty, and it's Do anybody symbolize that off of yourself? Do you symbolize battles, civil wars, battle of the bulge, these, all these things where the blood of the flesh go into the soil? No, you don't. You don't symbolize yourself. But what you do symbolize is these dinosaurs. Watch this. The craziness, and you don't see no irony in it. These dinosaurs have making this thing, they big and stuff like that. And you say, oh, yeah, I can see that these dinosaurs evaporated or went into the ground and they whatever it is that was inside them, blood, went into the ground, and we frack and dig that up and we call it oil. When that's blood in the soil. That's all it is. Blood in the soil. Combination with your blood. You don't theorize that human beings been dying for millions and millions and millions of years, flesh, and coming back. You know? So what you digging in there, drilling? Blood of, just let your imagination open up. Why do I bring that about? Because many say, still want to say, you don't know who you are. I know who I am. It's you that don't know who I am. Or that who's learning who I am. You doing more research and stuff for me. So I don't have to, because I know who I am. Especially today. And I know who I was. Many times over. Okay? Many times over. Pinpoint, nah. Timelines with the scholars that come before. Love some Anthony Browder. He's able to put time to, and off that, I'm able to, Mustafum, I can't say if I'm saying that right, but I know I miss your name, but you've been around a long time. You the one that taught me the meditation within martial arts and stuff like that, the constriction, how to operate the body. You have Panic out there. You have, of course, Bobby Hemmett. You have Roy Hayes out there. You have Maya Moss. I keep that name, Valentine. You have so many out there that helped me understand exactly who I was, construction of who we were. Not just right. It's not just about who Sean is. It's about the construction of who we are. Right? Our beautiful beloved, master of our teaching it for so long. All right, more than any other. Farrakhan understands and brought a lot of precept and stuff like that, things that help awaken, right? Vibration. And then the confirmation comes from another side the other side that, we call Secret Squirrel, whatever, underground. off of Scandal, right? You know, that's our show Scandal, right? That what you call it, deep state type thing. So the information come out in the hearings and stuff like that, or whatever background, you know, hearing Gangamish and all this kind of stuff, right? These are things that I've already, you know, in music, content, things like that I've already grabbed clues to, you know, understandings to. Now, don't never let me forget Lillian. All right, so much of Lillian's energy. So many people tried to die down, say she wasn't this or that. I'm here to say Lillian is who she is. All right, hope Empress is doing good out there. Haven't seen you in a minute. So that's the skinny draw, but let's get to a little bit of to help understand the in-between, why the balance. Not so high, not so low, right? The reason why we don't, and now you know, and what's it gonna do? Back then, it served the purpose to know this name, that name, because you act on it, that's who you are that, right? Now that you know, okay, you're awakening, you're not gonna live. About like the movie, no different, right? The one that they made with beautiful Viola Davis in, right? Harley Quinn, right? Squad, right? When they woke up, no, that's the Mayat. All right, I went too far on that one. But same thing, they woke up Mayat, right? She was a female, right? Da-da-da. So that's the divine over there. Y'all woke her up. And then the one I'm talking about also, might be in the same tone though. Whichever one. I remember I'm mixing in some ways. Blade Runner and the Harley Quinn stuff. So I'm kind of mixing, but I understand either one. It was Viola Davis when she in there said, you got to understand when the Ancient was feeding for a long time. People couldn't like, what's wrong with you? You going crazy? What? No, you've been asleep for 5,000 years. Catch that? So that's us. It's a lot of us. Some of y'all woke up, all right? You knew, blah, blah. So you here to assist me to my wake up totally. You know what I'm saying? Not that I was asleep. It's just that there's things and tools that I need, you. All right? We said this. When we get buried, when we bury, get this tomb stuff, bury, preserve, and all that kind of stuff, mummified. When we did that back then, we created this system. We understood how to create this system when you come back and fulfill, and you come back in your mastery, and if you come back in your mastery, you come back in your leader, come back in that soulful being, not the shell, not the body, right? Because it was a different person back then. Being, see what I'm talking about? Same being, but different person, da-da-da, different job, different reason, da-da-da. Now you here, you understand that, what you was, and now you here, all right? That's what you were back then, like we said. If you was leadership, you was king, whatever you were, pharaoh, whatever. That same entourage of what held you up, what made you what you were, people that trusted you, believed in you, and da-da-da-da-da, they'll come around and that's what you see. There was no flourish to no miscommune with me when I started seeing attracting those that look like me, have that same aura of effect, have that same power, da-da-da. And you could tell, I could tell, because it's tone. It's a known, it's a familiarity. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. In that, it could become frustrating, agitated. Why? Is because just as you attract, watch this, just as you attract those who you led, you was around, you communicated with, whatever, right? You attract those who are your enemies, who are your this and that. You attract all that. You attract what killed you. You attract what wanted to take your place. You see what I'm talking about? And it's, watch this, it's in a different body. It's in a different vessel. You see what I'm talking about? Same being though. See what I'm talking about? And there's only 12 traits. So the agitation comes along when you wake up and you start operating in your own power, right? That's why I know who I am, Margie, because I'm operating back and operating in my own power. When this individual did what they did to think they was gonna break me down and so that I wouldn't become powerless like I am, powerful like I am, right? I was giving my power away. You know what I'm saying? I was operating powerless, being powerful still, because it's behind me. I still own Sean. Nobody running me. She never ran me. You better ask some of them. They never ran me. I do it on my accord. But because my heart's so big, it made it seem like, oh, he a simp. No, I cater to my woman. Whatever she needs, my power is their power. That's what it is. I have to admit that when I'm with somebody, I entrust that because you're my security blanket just like I'm your security blanket in so many ways. See how that works? All right. So what can get to learn off that is, it's a double-edged sword in there, because you say, well, how do you don't allow yourself to give so much of your power away and as a couple? Well, timing, right? Time. Of course, you're not gonna give it away right off. First date, first woo, wild, you know what I'm saying? It takes time. You earn trust, because with somebody being in your power, using your power, it's a trust thing, right? You're gonna use it for the right. You're gonna take my power and give it to somebody else. Go off and, you see what I'm talking about? Because that's what was done to me. But that's where we look at now. That's the things that we work towards with on that opposite side of the, quorum. And then recognizing power for power. One thing I understand, don't get with somebody who's powerless, who don't feel they have the power to be themselves, be no do. Back down temptations that come at your relationships and stuff like that. Be strong, if not on an equal playing field. Don't expect each to be. I personally wouldn't want to have be with somebody we both strong at the same things. Yeah. How's that feel the circle? You know what I'm talking about? So I'm strong at some things, great things, like Quan was saying. And then the other person being strong with some great things, and they're going like this, and ooh, we got a better circle, because this is a hemisphere that I'm strong at. This is a hemisphere you're strong at. Y'all seeing already? Y'all see? Okay. Full circle, right? That's the normal traditional we talked about. One was talking about it. We getting back to what our strengths are. Some women's strength ain't going out working, getting the bacon, and then you want me to come home and cook and My strength is cooking, like one was saying. My strength cooking, this, and So yeah, I bring that to the plate. You know what I'm saying? And this little extra I got on the side. Some men, let me tell you, I ain't strong at cooking. See what I'm talking about? I ain't strong at this. I can, man. I'm that one. I can. But am I strong at it that you come in and you be like, ooh, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. Unless I over season the food and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? But I ain't got that. You got that cooking finger? Yeah, nah, I ain't. It ain't green, but we'll eat. We gonna eat though. We ain't gonna starve. You ain't gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? And you always tell the truth. Don't you know good cooking? How you know good cooking, y'all? How you know if somebody can really cook? Young dog, young lady, watch this. G-O-D backwards, young. All right, watch this. If I call you dog still, young dog or whatever, it don't mean literally dog. It just means some of us still operating doggish. I recognize it. You see what I'm talking about? But when we don't operate, we just flip it around. That's what I taught God Dog. Yeah, God Dog 9, dude. You acting doggish, really. You acting really doggish, right? See what I'm talking about? Went off and lost it. No, I didn't. So, but we back to you don't know who you are. So you do know who you are because Gangamesh, think about it. Gangamesh was big. Gangamesh about 15 feet tall. Muscles everywhere. Hey! Gangamesh was pimping up lions. What you say? Shut up. Lions was puppies. Gangamesh was built like that because, like Beloved said, them Nephilims, we got Nephilims today. Play basketball. Huh? It was Gangamesh before. Most I seen Gangamesh, yeah, them dinosaur out and destructive chaos, and them Lord of the Rings people before the thing was making monstrous things. Cyclops, you know what I'm talking about? So most house like Gangamesh, yay, Gangamesh, yay. Power of both. I need you to take out both. Got too much chaos going down there. Balance it out. Balance it out. Make sense of it, all right? Most High always gonna have hands on this realm. Yes, the realm was made for us. Yes. Stop saying the realm was made for the devil. Look what situations we put ourselves in when we do that. The realm was made for the devil's playground. Huh? The realm is the devil's playground. That should only correlate with folks that operate in the devilish suit of mind. Now, I understand why they say that, because that's what the devil want it to be always, consistently, the devil's playground. This is where the devil's playground, why they say that? The devil's playground. I can do whatever I want with you. I can do whatever I want with your child, your kids. You see, I keep the devil, but if we say, nah, this ain't the devil's playground. This divine energy's playground. Well, we'll share it with you. We ain't got no mind. We ain't got no problem sharing it with the devil. Because you ain't nothing but us looking in the mirror. My brother, my sister, my other origins, my other ethnicities. We just looking at each other. Whose playground? Devil or divine? See what I'm talking about? Devil X divine out. The divine's playground. Is it the divine's playground? It can't be. It is right here. See what I'm getting at? It's whoever playground puts it up there and says, this is the influence of the good God Most High playground. Now you understand why the devil chased me. Want to run me off the road, want to run me off the internet, run off the digital, run me off the phone, run me off the world. Why? Because they want to keep their playground. But our babies, you hear back there? They want a playground. Yeah. You don't get a smile in the devil's playground, beloved. You don't get cheerfulness and happiness in the devil's playground. And if you do, there's a price they got to pay the beloveds. You see what I'm saying? And the price they got to pay is they don't be here no more. They get silent. They get quiet. Devil don't really want them playing. Want to play with them. Let's talk about it. See what I'm talking about? So no. I'm somebody, I don't. And that, watch this. The devil's playground. Finna warn, trigger warning. Snap out though, because it's real. The devil's playground. Whose playground? Hey, adults. Hey, kids gonna have to go away. Kids gonna have to go away now. We finna do some grown things. The devil's playground. Kids gonna have to. We finna do some grown things. Get you something. Don't worry about it. Later on, later in life, when they grow up, they're gonna want to attend the devil's playground. With the optical in the background, we taking care of the kids too. The kids, they be all right. They good back there. You don't worry about the kids. We ain't gonna worry about the kids right now. It's the devil's playground. And sometimes in the devil's playground, there'll be some. I thought we said go back there. I thought we told them the devil's playground. I'm trying to tell you something. I don't know if any of y'all listening out there. You enamored? You enamored? I know that Mustang that happened. Like I'm getting on and ride. I know. The devil's playground. Riding through it. Riding on it. Never could attend. You know what I'm talking about, cat? I'd have to have binoculars in the window. You know what I'm talking about? Get me in there. I don't want to get contagious. The devil's playground. Are we still talking? I don't know who I am. Well, let's put it this way. If I don't know who I am, that's cool. That's what Most High told me. As long as they know who you are. As long as they keep evaluating who you are. As long as they keep trying to figure out who you are. You good. You good. Who am I? I take it. I'm one of those guys wanting to walk down here. Yeah. Beloved be so right. You wanted to come down here for this. Now that I see that I begged. Those that don't mind being the underdog. Because we ain't the underdog when we know better. We just under the God. Catch that. We just under the God. I'm the little one. We just under the God. That's the underdog mean. Only the underdog in your eyes, though. And so many other eyes that ain't under God. Get that? There's a big one and there's a little one. Big one unseen, but seen everywhere. Imposed everywhere. The little one, representation. So what it means to know is not to overwhelm those that you know of what you know. You ain't here to scare nobody. God don't play scared. God don't want to put fear on nobody. Fear Most High. Fear the fact that if you don't believe, Most High gonna make us believe. Fear. You see what I'm talking about? Fear that. If it's in all books. They believe not my words. Therefore they fear not my laws. Universal. Make their own laws to justify why not to fear me? Why not to be obedient to the universal law? First law. Law that brought law. Pre-written law. Whether it be 48 laws of attraction, all this kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Come on now. Commandments. Laws that we don't abide by. We're temporary. Suitable only for when we need. You know, always one beloved say, yeah, I believe. Only when I'm in trouble. Only when I need help. That's when I believe. You can't be lukewarm with Most High. Don't work like that. You be lukewarm with Most High gonna definitely be lukewarm with you. Most definitely. So we know. We know exactly who we are, but who you are today, you have to operate in what you are today. Who you are today, you still have to rock, whether you know or not. And the beloveds know, Martin know, Will know, all these folks know. Was once this prominent person, back then, but in that body of shell, right? Could operate like this. Now, in this body of shell, still powerful and stuff like that, but it's a different type of power because it's a different type of body, different era, different times. So you have to deal and encompass with what you got here. And not saying that it's not powerful, right? But we know, I know, many know there's so many others that's powerful or not as powerful, but we got a better body. You know what I'm saying? Or bigger body. I don't say more better body, but have more capability to do with their body. I can't do it. There's out there. See what I'm talking about? Lower power. They can. You know what I'm talking about? I can't run no 4-2, but there's a lower power out there that can. You see what I'm talking about? So we can't equate that we equate the power through the being, but the handicap or what makes it even more powerful, that being, resides in what you get. You know what I'm saying? What Most High bless you with. There it is, all right? So we know. All right. I bring that down because maybe some of it is because at one time you Gilgamesh. At one time you're a dragon. At one time you're a giant, an an ogre or something like that. A lot of Shrek. Been watching a lot of Shrek, wondering like, wow, I'm watching Shrek. Who's around giant folks? You seen this kind of stuff. You know, this stuff correlate with you. You don't look at it like just like, ooh, we created some fantasy that, we create this based off of memory, our blood in our memory code and stuff like that. So, I know, at one point in time, if I started my music, I was like, Omi was 15. I'm looking at these towers and I'm walking in California. I'm walking by these museums and I'm so attracted. And as a little kid, 6, 7, seeing these big statues, just looking at them like, While others sit there and say, man, they built these, who built these, I'm looking like that. Damn, that look like me. Damn, we used to be this big. True. See what I'm talking about? And then the lowering of it. Every time you walking past, it's like, it's an effect, put an effect on me. You see what I'm talking about? All right? So you know. It's just the operating apparatus that you in right now is different from what you was used to back then. So the power that you had was more, it was both inner, out, and spiritual connected, because you boom, boom, woo, but now you don't embody that. Got it? You don't embody that. You embody this. So the great theory of understanding, that's what like minds think alike. Somebody like Roy Hayes and all these other folks who, we see this, we understand it, we know this, we felt that. It's in us, the blood river into it. So to say now what's the power? Okay, the power's in the word, the spoken language, these languages we made up for what? Because the power that once we could levitate, do all that kind of stuff, we don't encompass that right now. It's coming. But so what power is it? So the power of the speech of the word, the tongue, what comes out in grasp, catch, influence, motivate, all the words that spoken word can do to you and make your body levels change, go up and down, swing, motivate, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's the power. Why? Because at once upon a time you couldn't even speak. Because when you was like this, we are now, articulate, formulate, less words, right? Back then you was more powerful with less words. More mind, boom, do, wah, destroy somebody, woo, hypnotize somebody else to boom, boom. You ain't have to use words. Now, you know what I'm talking about? Now you do. Because that power has eluded us. It's coming back. Food get better, we get better, we continue to evolve. This AI gonna teach us things. No doubt. Right? Just like it's what we feed it, some of us are feeding that. Just your brain engine, they know how to do that, calculate that thing, like you said, it's not too hard for them. But even though somebody can calculate, get that, bro, you still have to walk in action. It still gotta be no do, right? So that's why they want the AI and the robots and stuff, because instead of waiting for you or me to activate that, I can read you, take your concept, and put it in the robot, and the robot will be no do for me. Make sense? You know it is. All right. I say, we don't go back. It's not so much you go back to the past or whatever like that. I have no issues going back like it is, going back working with folks that it is right now, you know what I'm saying, on a digital thing, no harm to it. Especially when the wealth of waking us up to a better us, you know what I'm saying, better you, me, doing better, know better. One thing I can't do though, and I just got to be honest, I was looking at it. You know, I got people in the past, direct pass who know of the situation and things like that. Yeah, you over it and stuff like that, but folks used their energy and their influence to do certain things to separate people, to make madness in my, back in the time. Though I'm over that, unless folks coming with clarity, their part and stuff like that, and in that way of making amends, I can't deal with oh, remember me, boom, and let's just go on. And when there wasn't no script to go off of then, I didn't really cater to folk come around my house to make disturbances and stuff like that. I'd have to go and say, hey, please calm it down. My kids trying to sleep, they work. Though you want to play and you're an adult and all that stuff, and and y'all entertain y'all like that. See, these are things that folks don't understand that I had to go through. I was, so for folks to come back and think they can jump on the ship and like clear everything and make it look like nothing. No, that don't work. That don't work. I'm sorry, but I can still be cordial, courteous, right? Because that takes nothing away from waking this up for us. That's personal, you know what I'm saying? So I can put that aside, digital, and we maneuver like we're doing now with making situations greater for the bigger picture. But personal again, and no, we don't go back to stuff like that, because this stuff was aimed to hurt. This stuff was aimed to kill. And it's been like 3 years and I ain't seen these folks and stuff like that. So, oh no, I ain't want to say it. That like putting a goddamn gun to your head again. So that's how I feel about many of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because, and I hate that to have to be like that with you, but why would you not expect that when that's how you were with me? Many of you reciprocated my kindness, my love and all that with coldness, all right? That's why we brought up the snake, cobra, that our picture, with coldness. So I can only reciprocate that of what I know. Don't that make sense? I can only, after seeing so many of y'all and you did that, I can only reciprocate that until actions of other, and I mean real actions, not no, oh, I'm sorry on the video. No. Because my dog wasn't poisoned on video. My house wasn't walked in and spied on and stole, stuff like that. That stuff wasn't done on digital. You see what I'm talking about? The stalk and all that stuff, that wasn't done on digital video. No. You know what I'm saying? This stuff was done physically, aimed at me. Boom, boom. My security system, Vivid, Boo, all the agencies that, that was not done on camera. That wasn't done on none of this stuff. See what I'm talking about? So you gotta understand where I'm coming from. The actions got to speak louder than the words. So let's get an example. Right next door. That's as far as I'll go. Or in front of me. Car dealerships, they know. We know, right? And we'll leave it right there. Because the actions, see me, are speaking louder than what was. That's it, the actions. Ain't nobody bent down and did this to me and tie a bow on the car and tiddlywink around me and can we do up? No, just think I can get in that? And yeah, come on, hey, whoa. Here you go, boom. And this is this place, and then you get this, and you get, we got this for our clients, and hey, that's all I want, the actions. The actions. Because I know what I deserve just like you know what you deserve. And I know, I'm beyond what anybody say, I know I deserve great service from anybody who give it. Because anybody need my service, I'm gonna give you great service. The great service I can give you. And I know, based off that military, how to go above and beyond. And I'll get there. Might not be in there anybody else, you know. Well, I know Johnny, Jim went, but and Susan, she went like this. Well, that's Susan, Jim, Johnny, and all them. I'm Sean. So my above and beyond might not be the same as anybody else. So you accept that or you leave it. That's not on me. But I'm gonna give you the best. Sean. Okay? So we know who we are. But we gotta operate as Sean, not Gilgamesh, not the king, once was, not the Pharaoh, not this guy. You got to do this today, all right? Based off what we all know today. You know, you didn't tested the blood. You know what it is. You know who I am, da-da-da. You know what it can heal, and da-da-da, all right? So we act accordingly, and that's what I expect from anybody, because that's what I do for other people. I act accordingly. I respect you right off the bat, all right? Though I'm not in a position to sit up here and, you know, highly disrespect people and stuff like that, but I can disrespect folks, all right? And it's like people see, you know, people on my block see, you know, you wanna, now they shocked that I'm acting accordingly. According to what? To what their behavior was toward me. Like I don't know. You know, you move all the way from over there, Lubbock, snuck in there with the little family and stuff, and now you fixing up to sneak out because you have to. We understand that. Stealio. Once a year and 2 years ago, all on digital, you know. Remember the electrolytes? Remember your electrolytes and drinking it? Yeah. So this, well, I should say this whole thing. We illustrate ourselves, one more thing, to think the brain, we give so much. Degrassi should be able to work with me, him and Selma, I think it's Selma. Bang Theory. All the group right there. Shelby. We already contradict ourselves when we say Akashic Records, blood-coded DNA about our brain. The brain is just the biggest space where your memory bank holds so much, right? And I would say correlated holds what you use on a daily, a functional, and creative-wise, right? Right off bat. What comes right there in the brain. It's your main server. No. Your upfront server. Some of y'all computer people will be able to think this, will be able to dissect this better than what I say, but I'll put it in layman terms. It's the server that's right there. Boom. So server, I need this right now. Boom. Right here. I need this. Get it? I need this right now. Right here. But your main server is your whole body. There it is. Right? Because your blood runs through your whole body. Right? And as your blood pay attention, as your blood runs through your whole body, you done left so much in 56 years, right? When this don't never get filled up. Thank you, Lord. This really ain't gonna never get filled up. That's why it's RAMs, mother, board, and all that kind of stuff, right? It'll never get filled up because the older stuff that you storage 2, 5, 15, 20, 30 as you go, the blood takes it, right? Blood flow takes it, and it stores it places. Don't that make sense? Akashic Records, it stores it places. You dissolve it, stores it, right? And so now we come and talk about, pay attention. When you expire, the body expires. How do you preserve it and keep it preserved? Egyptians, yeah, mummified. Mummified. Makes sense, right? How do you stop it and forget? Make it, and that's it. Cremation. Burn the body. No, you don't burn the conscience. Can't burn the conscience. Can't burn the soul. But the memory in that body if it goes buried, right, that memory goes with the soul. Especially if that soul, all that soul has to do is ensure it gets out its loop to get reinvented, reincarnated. Those that know don't want to come back, they burn the body. Don't want to come back like that. Don't want to come back with that consciousness. Buried state. Then you got the encased state or the wax state. We've been hearing the stories of whether they're true or not. That's on your belief. I choose to believe, yep, makes sense to me. Folks put in wax museums and they kill somebody, murder, whatever happened, and put them in wax and still in a wax museum. That's so viable. Why? Just a dead person, the body dead, but that person in there, that soul, that spirit, and all that stuff, it's in there. And what's somebody able to use? Use that power. They ain't using it. They stuck. Saying something. How you can make sense of that and make theory of that critical information right there. When you sleep and you come out of your realm sleep, right? But you can't totally wake up. But you inside. Yeah, you touch it now. Watch this. And you want to wake up. But you can't. Tell me I ain't who I am. This happened to me so many times, understanding and being taught by my mother. That's when somebody trying to F with you. You didn't astral somewhere, and while you was asleep, somebody was Fing with you. Or you got in a fight, you got in something out there, and it unbalanced, disembodied. So when you come back, you hurt or something. Your spirit got hurt, and your body not being hurt, your body being well, it's hard to get back in. Anything happen and you leave your body and you go, and you don't come back in that same condition as your body, so hard. It take you years to get back. Don't be savage with it. So that's why they tell you get dream catchers and stuff like that and things like that. So people can't steal your dreams. It's not so much stealing your dreams. No fools out there tapping into your soul. Okay? So that happened to me many a times in my life as a youngster. All right? Understand it and watch this. A lot of times, don't think bad. A lot of times it would happen when I go deploy. Outside this country, understand spirituality more than anybody want to lead on. And it's fitting where you think it comes from. You know what I'm saying? So when you find yourself in that, how do we come back? Don't panic. When you find yourself in that red streak, that's where people have heart attacks, strokes, and they sleep, die, and they sleep. Okay? When you find yourself in that, that's what people will see you have panic attacks and stuff like that. Don't panic. It's almost, you have to tell yourself, one, just lay there. Two, your breathing. That's why you work on meditation while you can inside your flesh. Because when your flesh gets used to the meditation, the quietness, the steadiness, the this, the that, right? It's getting used to the spirit, the being, in touch. So quietness, steadiness, the being understands. Makes sense. Watch this. The being also understands this. You're on that wheel. The body understands. It knows. The being understands. It knows. But that's not what the being worries or caters about. Being don't give a damn about you doing this, right? You got to go do this and pay the bill and da da da. I got that. You see what I'm talking about? Being don't worry. Being is. Being is be no do. Being is the all. No different from Most High. So you're almost to the point where that your being is like, I got this. What you worried about? See what I'm talking about? But that flesh in that body do what? It's the desire. It's the thing. It's the worry mechanism. It's the nervous. It's the. See what I'm talking about? So when you meditate and stay consistent with it, and you go in your sleep and your being, whether you know it or not, most of you don't, leaves because it does. How do you know when your being leaves? When you got all that crust and stuff and all that slob around your mouth and all that stuff. I don't care what your wife or your husband say. They ain't wearing no elder snoring louder. That's the body. It's just the body. The body type. That's just the body. The body get tired. It's the prison. Make sense? How your being get tired? It's just like somebody said, how God get tired? How God need money? How a ghost get hungry? I'm saying something. So now, if so happens you one of those that can astral plane or do, but so many of y'all know you're being gone. Being come back to get back in that same body, same construct, it got to know this balance. So it can fit. Let's make sense. So it can fit like that big roach, Men in Black, in the body. Hello, aliens. Some of y'all came out the stomach. Some of we'll all see each other 500 years and we'll show each other. 5 years. Be like, yeah, I came this way, man. You did? Oh, okay. But makes sense, right? So now you get back into that, balanced body. The body don't have no problem with it because the body understands the being restation when it needs to, how it needs to land back in and stuff. You see what I'm talking about? Now, some of us, reason for it, it's not all of us, right? But some of those who have heart attacks and discomfort things in their sleep and die in their sleep, now you got a little, when we talk about spiritual warfare, come on, beloved, I don't know who I am. That's what's something going on. Some of us out there fighting in the spirit, right? Fighting whatever, slaying demons. They want to mess with little kids, traffic, power trip over people, use other people's energy for injustices, manipulate souls, use other people's souls, right, as their own, cloak them. So I tell you stuff, right? So this ain't nothing new, beloved. I got so many beloved master teachers of this universe around me now. You know exactly what I do, right? Who I am, and keep teaching me ins and outs, and we keep evolving. There's no, and this ain't no trend, you know what I'm saying? It's not something trendy. This is our way of life. We're going to continue to open up even more than this. There will be more Obi-Wan Kenobi type teachers and stuff like that. And sad to say, like the beloved says, it's going to be two-sided. You got the good side of it, you got the bad side of it. What I think, though, right now, because it's fresh and viable, people want to learn, both sides are going to combine in an effort to do what's right. And then later on, all the bull going to start. Inner love and peace right now. Love y'all. Y'all stay right.